So here we are in Platinum Gym in Walsall, just outside of Coventry. I love this machine. I absolutely loved it. It was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. I've seen them used by a couple of people before. It gives such good loading though. It just kind of puts you in like a perfect squat position. You can get really good depth, and there's definitely a big emphasis on the quads. I did later learn that the gym does call it the torture machine. Just so you don't get too bored of just me, there's a random set of Zoe also hitting this movement. It's very, very humbling. I think I worked up to like 60 kilos, which when you think about like how much I would use on maybe a hack squat or a leg press or my actual barbell squat weight, it just, yeah, it's a tough one. Definitely a very tough, challenging movement, but it's something I wish a local gym had one of these. Like, solid bit of kit. It would definitely be at some point within my training, just because the way you can load. So here we go. I think this is my top set, like 60 kilos. It's taken a lot of focus to just keep it locked in. And there's something, although it's a very challenging movement, you can definitely lock in and drive. I think I'd probably go like 6 reps on here. Like a lot of these videos where I'm training at different gyms, I'm generally doing a top set and a back off, and just kind of equating similar volume in like terms of sets in relation to my exercises, just so I get to kind of play on a good amount of kit. That's literally how there's no other way to get out of that. Okay, stiff leg deadlifts. So straps are on. Always do a stiff leg deadlifts. I'm even strapping up when it comes to sumos. Just no thought on that grip strength at all. It means I can just lift. Platinum Gym, it's just a bit of an old school edge to it. Like, all the kit is really good. Really well maintained, but you've got full steel plates, and they're just something about those steel plates. They're just a bit more hardcore. They sound great when you're lifting. And this here was like a top set on 200 kilos for stiff leg deadlift, so very, very happy with that. Yeah, again, I think I went for 7 reps. If you're counting, good. I'm not going to count because you don't want to listen to me count. I did then go and drop this to 180. Back shot. So 180 kilos. Not sure how many reps this went. I'm guessing somewhere like in the 8 to 10 rep range. But yeah, these just felt really, really strong this day. Sometimes I do think that can just come down to kind of that gym environment, and also the fact that I haven't done as many sets. Typically I'd be doing like 4 sets on my squats. So when I'm only doing 2, when I'm doing a top set and a back off, I'm not quite as fatigued when I come through to this. One thing I did try, I was going to actually try a lying leg press, but I just could not get position. I was going to go high and wide, but it just wasn't happening. Calves for the poverty calves. I think I say it in every video, they are slowly coming up. Focusing on that contraction, focusing on that range of movement. Definitely, not the coolest movement when it comes to lower, but something that people need to do, and they need to do more of them because they get neglected. And for a lot of people, they are an afterthought. That's why I now put them in kind of midpoints of my training. So I very much go like quad movement, hamstring movement, calf movement, and then I kind of repeat through that again. So my 2 calf movements, which I do normally perform a standing and a seated. That was the girls come through, they're having a photo shoot. I edited out them being absolute fools with the dumbbells, like trying to bicep curl 4s. But this here was some split squats. I love my split squat. The plate behind the heel is just a reference point, so I know I kind of get the similar stance. I'm thinking those handles were smooth. So straps were definitely needed. I don't know if this is same load or slightly lighter. I'm sure one pair I went with, I went £110 and then £90. It's amazing, you know, just seeing it in pounds, just be like, yeah, cool, 100. It's like, oh, actually, you know, that's a lot. So like 110 is complete kind of PB zone, and they felt good. Well, you know, with a very, very hardcore set of dumbbells. Have to admit, I did like them. Seated calf raise. I don't know what it was about this seated calf raise. I think it was the way that it moved, but it felt really good. I felt a really good contraction, and I felt like I could really kind of sink the heels down and then drive up. It's amazing just how machines can vary. You know, something that's in essence the same, but can feel so different just because of the angles or how things move. I'm sure this calf raise is something that felt really good. And looking at my calf, it looks like I almost have a calf, so I'm getting good contraction now. And then we get to finish off with some hamstring curls and leg extensions. It's a seated hamstring curl, you're going to see, and I really like this seated hamstring curl. Where I typically train is got a lying hamstring curl, which I do love. But yeah, something about this seated one felt very different. I think it's because of where the pad is. You'll see that the pad is actually kind of on the front of the shin, and not where you normally have a pad that pushes your legs down. I really felt like my legs were so locked in. I got such a good contraction on here, like such a good contraction. Whilst when you've got the pad across the thigh, I just don't feel it in quite the same way. Whilst we're here, we better just do the kind of bit of the outro before we go into leg extensions. Yeah, if you like these videos, if you've got any questions or anything though, if you like them, hit like. If you've got a question, drop them down in the comments. I will always answer and get back to you as quickly as YouTube notifies me. Sometimes YouTube takes like a day until it tells me somebody's commented, but I will always get back to people who comment, and I always appreciate the likes and subs. So we're going to finish things up on a leg extension. You can see that set was like immensely fun there, like immensely fun. Yeah, just like got off that really comfortably. This is a hammer strength, like single leg ISO, like holy hell, yet again, did this give one hell of a contraction. Quite surprised. I always feel like I've got like one leg that feels like it's doing a little bit more of the work when you've got both feet against like a single pad, but after a warm-up set, things seem to be firing very nicely, and I was getting really, really good contraction. This machine felt great. I'm going to definitely seek this machine out. I'm actually heading off to train at Muscle Works at the weekend. I'm sure they've got one in their leg room. If they have, I'm getting on it. I really, really like this machine. So there we go, people. That was Platinum Gym. That was a lower body session. Just a little bit of an insight into my training. Hope you enjoyed, and I will catch up with you again next time.